like a little anime questionnaire thing I'm gonna go through. Very first anime you watched. My first anime that I watched was Totoro on VHS from Blockbuster. And I didn't know it was anime at the time. I just thought it was just like my parents rented it for me as a cute kids movie, you know. And it was very wholesome. And then when I knew what anime was later in life, I was just like, oh, that was an anime. That's cool. The first anime that I watched that I knew was an anime was Dragon Ball Z. I guess I would say. And then I was Sailor Moon was also one of my favorite anime you've watched so far. Oh, I have a really hard time picking a favorite anime. I always get asked, "What's your favorite?" And I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I have maybe like a top 10 list, maybe. I don't really have a favorite. Like if I picked a bunch from different genres, I could tell you, oh, from this genre, I really like this. From this genre, I really like that. I include like things like Hunter x Hunter, Yu Yu Hakusho, you know, things like that, DBZ. If we're talking about like other things that I really like Higurashi, as you can tell by my Rika sticker. But yeah, I'm into all kinds of anime, and I can't really just pick one to say is my favorite. But yeah, Killua, I like Bakugo from My Hero Academia. I like Okuyatsu from JoJo Part 5. No, it's Part 4. Basically, I like thugs with a heart of gold. Oh, Kuwabara. Yeah, actually, if I had to pick somebody who was my favorite male character from anime, it would be Kuwabara. Or Mob from Mob Psycho. Oh gosh, I can't decide. No, it would definitely be Kuwabara. No, wait, Cheetah. I can't decide. No, I really can't decide. I'm sorry. Kuwabara is really high up there, though. Like, maybe him and Vegeta are tied up. There was this one scene where they were all going to be turned into candles or something, and he was like making a pose, and everybody's like, Zoro, what are you doing? We're about to be killed. He's like, well, if I'm going to die, I'm going to look cool. And I was like, that moment was when I knew Zoro was my favorite character from the show. He is a badass. He is. He's so cool. And every time they like bring him on screen, you know something's gonna happen. Something cool's gonna happen. And they had to actually write him out a lot of times because he's just so powerful. It's like, nope, we can't have Zoro in this arc right now because he'll just kill everybody. I don't have like a lot of female characters from anime that I really like. Let me think that one over. Because a lot of them, I don't know, a lot of people just don't know how to write women. A lot of people who write anime in Japan just don't know how to write women very well, unfortunately. I like Bulma from DBZ. Oh, I guess Higurashi has a lot of like good female characters in it, actually. I like Neon. Neon from Higurashi is my favorite female character from that show. Let's see. Oh, I do like a lot of the female characters from Food Wars or Shokugeki no Soma, if you know it by that name. Like Erina from that show, I like Erina a lot. I'm trying to remember if there's anybody else. Oh, I love Rem. Yes, Rem from ReZero. I love her. Yes. Oh, Tsuyu from My Hero Aka is really good too. Let's see. I like the butterfly lady from Demon Slayer as well. I don't know if I have a favorite though. If I have to decide between all of those, like list. Rem or Suyu from My Hero Academia. Those two could definitely tie for like my favorite waifus. It'd have to be an individual anime based question for arcs that are good. Like if you ask me, oh, what's your favorite arc from Hunter x Hunter? I would have to tell you that I really like the card game arc from Hunter x Hunter, where they're in the game and they're trading cards, and they have to steal cards from other people. I really like that arc from Hunter x Hunter. Or if you ask me, oh, what's your favorite arc from Yu Yu Hakusho? I'd have to tell you the tournament arc. I really like tournament arcs, and I know a lot of people are sick and tired of tournament arcs, but I think they're actually a really good thing because it kind of shows you the depth of characters' strength, and it kind of introduces you to like a bunch of characters very slowly, one at a time. There was a scene where Mao, I forget what her English name is. I watched it in Japanese with subs. But Mao was talking about how her mom died, and that the last thing she ever said to her mom was, "I hate you," early in the episode. And then later in the episode, there's a scene. Oh, Caesar. Oh. There's a scene later in the episode where they find a Pokemon that can let you meet with the dead. And she meets her mom again. And her mom's like, and she's like, "Mom, I'm so sorry. The last thing I ever said to you was that I hate you and I'm a bad daughter." And she's crying. And then I started crying. And her mom said, "It's okay. I still love you. I know that you didn't mean it." And I was just bawling my eyes. This is hard because it's kind of like a very introspective question. I guess one character I'm kind of like is Deku from My Hero Academia, just because I relate a lot to characters who have to earn their way into things, who start off like kind of, less fortunate than the rest of the characters and get stronger throughout the time. I kind of relate to Deku because he starts off really weak and being bullied, and I'm like, oh yeah, I went through bullying too, and I know how that is. I also really relate to Toru from Fruits Basket. When I was younger, people used to compare me to Toru from Fruits Basket all the time, and I didn't like it. But now that I'm older and I've been a bit more introspective of myself and my life, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I am kind of like Toru. And that's not a bad thing because Toru is actually a really great character from Fruits Basket. I can see the similarities. Yeah, and the awkwardness and the, social awkwardness is a big thing too. Like, a lot of characters that are socially awkward are like, yeah, that's me. Ooh, this one's spicy. Ooh. Let's see. I mean, there's a lot I could go through. Oh, I know. Right off the top of my head, whatever his name is, the grape juice guy from My Hero Academia. I cannot stand him. Anytime he's on screen, I just want him to shut up and go. And I think the purpose of his character is just to make people hate him. But, yeah, Grape Boy from My Hero Academia. Yeah, you said it just as I was saying it. No, like, literally nobody I know likes him. If you ever meet someone who likes that character, you know they're bad. You know they're a bad person. Stay away from that person. Goku from DBZ. I'm actually gonna put him in the annoying category, actually. Goku started off as a really cool character, and then he kind of turned into jerk-ass Goku. He did what Homer Simpson did. He just turned into a douche, kind of. I like Goku. I do. I like Goku, and he makes me giggle sometimes. But for the most part, Goku has been on my nerves lately. Because he's just like, they're like, Goku, don't go talk to that, don't go talk to the Omni Supreme guy. And he's like, I'm gonna go talk to the Omni Supreme guy. And I'm just like, I'm about to KO you, so have this magical bean. Yeah, that's the kind of crap that annoys me about Goku. I mean, the whole reason they ended up in the God tournament was because Luffy couldn't just, like, not. He could you just not, or not Luffy, Goku. Goku could just not, just, and Goku started the whole tournament too. It was just like, yeah, come fight me, I'll beat you all up. And I'm like, Goku, stop! I like all three of those guys, actually. Although Sanji does get on my nerves sometimes, because he could be a really great character. Like the Sanji retrieval arc, when they were at Big Mom's, like the Big Mom Sanji retrieval arc. Sanji, the whole arc, was really cool. Was really calm, collected, really cool guy. But the second he sees Robin or some girl or some chick that he likes, he turns into a complete idiot, and I just can't stand him when that happens. Goku is horny for fighting. Sanji is horny for women. The nosebleeds are ridiculous. How does one man lose so much blood that he needs a blood transfusion? They spent the entire arc trying to fix him because of that. During that mermaid arc, or during the fishman arc. And I was just like, that's ridiculous. This is ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. I have a love-hate relationship with Sanji. He could be a very good character if he just wasn't a womanizer. As far as Usopp goes, I actually really like Usopp. I think he's a really chill, like realistic straight man dude. And when I say straight man, I mean the person, like, it's a type of character, like the type of person who's just kind of like just a dude and is there to react to everybody else in the anime being like absurdly crazy. Let's see. Who else did you say? Brook? I love Brook. Brook is like one of my top characters next to Zoro in One Piece. Brook in the Big Mom arc was Bamf. He was Bamf as heck because Big Mom has like, you know, the spiritual powers, and Brook is like, oh yeah, I have spiritual powers too. And I almost thought for a minute that he was actually gonna take Big Mom out. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, could he actually take her out? Yeah, Usopp's a master BSer as well. Like, he's over there selling like frog oil in the recent arc where they're like in the Japan arc right now. And he's out there selling like toad oil, you know, like snake oil. And I'm just like, oh my god, Usopp, please. Frankie, yeah, Frankie needs more screen time. I agree. Frankie is a great character too. The only problem, like, there's only a few things about One Piece that I really don't like. One thing is that the characters don't really grow that much. They're kind of static characters. But I think One Piece is more about enjoying the supporting cast and the world building than it is about the main characters growing. The main characters all have a lot of good traits, but they kind of fall into, you know, reruns of themselves almost, where it's, oh, I'm Chopper and I'm shy and I don't like compliments. Oh, I'm Nami, I like money. Oh, I'm Sanji, I like women. And I'm Frankie, super. and I'm Luffy, and I like meat, and I want to be strong. And it's kind of like, okay, well, could you guys change maybe a little bit? Just a little bit, have a little bit of character growth. For me, anime that has character growth is very important to me. Like, that's one big thing that's for me. I'm Zoro, I'm lost. Yeah, there you go. Poor Zoro. I do love Zoro though. Like I said, they all have really good traits. Actually didn't like Nami until recently. Like during the Big Mom arc where they were all fighting Big Mom's people. That's when Nami started to actually really get good. And I was just like, oh, Nami's cool. But before that, I really just didn't like Nami because she was just like, I know better than everyone else and I don't do anything. Ha ha ha. And I like money. Oh my god. Like, that's her. That's what I think of when I thought of Nami before. And then she was actually doing work and getting stuff done in the mom arc. And I was like, you know what? You're okay now. I still don't like you as much as the other characters, but you're okay now. I like the episode where Luffy stole Frankie's bottoms just to get him on the ship. And everybody was calling Frankie a pervert. That was fun. There's a lot of good scenes from all of these different ones. I mean, most recently, the scene from My Hero Aka where Deku is fighting, what's his name? He had the bird nose mask, the plague doctor mask on. I forget his name. That animation right there was like really good, really hype animation. I don't know, there's a lot of really good epic scenes from animes, and I can't just like pick one and say that one is the best, because I feel like that's a little derogatory and that's gonna make other people upset. Never watched Attack on Titan? It's actually really interesting because it started off as like a super hype train mainstream anime, and now it's kind of getting into, oh, politics, oh, world building, oh, this and that and the other is happening. And it's kind of like, oh, it started off as your very basic kind of like shonen, except it's like, giants are here, they're killing everybody. And it's like, okay, I haven't seen that done in an anime. That's pretty interesting. Oh, we gotta go kill the giants. But then they reveal, oh, this is why the giants are here, and this is what happened, blah, 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 blah. And then you find out about other countries outside the world, and it's like, whoa. And then you start going to politics, and it's like, wait, what? And then they expect you to remember all this stuff that they taught you in, like, season, like, 2 about the world politics, and you're just like having to take notes on what country does what and what country did what to who and this time frame, and it's like, oh my goodness, I was not expecting an algebra course in a gym class. Is basically what it's like watching Attack on Titan. It's like you went to gym class and you're like, yeah, the teacher's just gonna ask me to run a few laps and then I'm gonna be done. And then he comes in and he has algebra books and papers and he's like, okay, kids, time to take notes. And you're like, what? That's what Attack on Titan is now. That is what I would classify what Attack on Titan is. You go in thinking, oh, this is just a stereotypical shonen. I'm just gonna see a few fights and people are gonna, blah blah blah. And then it's like, no, now you need to pay attention on these politics, and we're gonna talk about the classes and the racism and this and all these other serious topics that most shonen seinen don't cover. And you're like, oh, okay, well, I still want to see what happens, so I guess I'll try to remember. It's to the point now in the final season, they're still going on the final season right now, where I'm just kind of like, what's going on? Who are they? Oh yeah, let me look at my notes, paper shuffle. Attack on Titan is worth the hype, though. It's really good. I don't know about the other two seasons. The final season, it was kind of a slow go, and then they got into the action for a while, and now we're going back to slow, and it's kind of like, oh, I just wanted to watch them kill all the Titans. Favorite Goofy anime character? Uh, I mean, once again, Kuwabara covers that again. Kuwabara is just all around good anime character. Goofy characters from anime. Anime. I like Krillin from DBZ. Let's see, what other goofy anime? No, not goofy looking anime characters. My goodness. Goofy anime characters. One Punch Man. Yes, One Punch Man. Oh man, Luffy from One Piece, main character from One Piece, is a great goofy character. He just people are like, Luffy, don't touch this thing, and Luffy's like, I'm gonna touch that thing, and he touches it. Or Luffy, don't do this, and he does it, and it's just like the most hilarious thing ever. Or like he says like the most tactless thing at the worst time to someone. Like they could be meeting a leader. They could be meeting a leader of a country. And they would be like, don't bring Luffy because he'll say this thing to the leader. And they're like, okay. And then Luffy somehow makes it in there and he's like, oh, you're the leader of this country? You're ugly. It's like, Luffy, no! Bad Luffy! You're like, Luffy, no! And Luffy's like, Luffy, yes! Just thinking about it gets me giggling. Oh man, I really like Reagan from Mob Psycho. I really like Reagan from Mob Psycho because he's such a Chad in like the best possible way. Like he's just trying to fake it till he makes it most of the time. And then he actually makes it, and I'm just excited to see what he can get away with sometimes. Luffy, this is the baddest pirate in the all four seas. I'll punch him. One of my favorite scenes of Luffy was, so there's this part where a bunch of pirates get together and they're like forming a Luffy fan club, and they're like, let us work under you, Luffy. Let us help you become the king of pirates. And we're like, cool, he's finally got a fleet of ships, you know, and this is really cool. And they're like, yeah, let us be part of your crew and let us be your underlings. And he just goes, yada. Which means no or no way in Japanese. It's just like, Luffy, dumb, stop it, Luffy.